All right, the servers are functional. They're in the they're good. We might be good. Let's remake. Oh jeez. What was my character even named? The Plum Father. The problem with Plum Father is that sounds a little weird. Let's see, wrong hairdo, match colors. We could be pink. Oh, I don't even get to keep my... Yeah, let's go for blue maybe. Let's switch a little bit. Yeah, do we have anything else? No, we'll go with this. Okay, I'm gonna go melee. I've done ranged, I've done magic, I've barely touched melee. Do I want to name him something weird? Blue Boy, son of Plum Father. You mean exact, but melee clone. We're gonna be Brawlberry. Alright, Brawlberry. Let's go. Wait. Oh, was I typing in chat Duke blah blah blah? Whoops. Alright, let's see. I'm honestly just gonna skip the intros at this point. If you want to go see them, go watch YouTube, because I've seen them a billion times before, and I don't want to see them again. I don't even know how I'm going to record this series. Because, like, I'm almost to the end of Act 1 in my offline mode, but I really want to play online so I can actually co-op with people, especially if I got to the end. Well... Looks like the servers are having a little bit of issues. Let's see, is this only for PC? Yes.
On me! Told you Hemlock would send us.
Yeah.
It's almost tempting. Here, I'm going to go into audio settings. We're going to just turn off dialogue and cinematics. At least until we catch back up to where I was. Mainly just because, like, I don't mind hearing this, but after the, like, third or fourth time, it gets a little repetitive. That's fine. I'm so upset about losing all the progress. I think they said they fixed the reset bug at the very least, so that's a good, maybe good thing. I don't know. One way or another, hopefully they fixed it. And worst comes to worst, nope, you're still in Act 1. But yeah, this game's super good. It's a shame that it had such a rough 1.0 launch, but it's kind of one of those where there are certain games where it's just not worth it. I was looking at a game, it was a game I played a while back called RE Legend. I backed it on Kickstarter, and it had a really rough early access launch, but apparently they haven't really, like, fixed anything. It's still super buggy and has a lot of issues and so on and so forth. Level 31 opening act. I'm gonna be honest with you, though. If that were to happen to me, I don't think I'd mind as much, because I'd just be like, alright, whatever, time to just curb stomp the entire game. Yeah, glad you're skipping the early dialogue. I like to record things exactly once. Anything beyond that, meh. I guess we lose, like, a little bit of the cutscene. We never recorded that one cutscene where I turned super mode, but, like, whatever. Oh, everything's level 31 now? Is the loot at least level 31? Because, like, I'd be fine with that. Alright, I actually have to talk to this guy. And skips the cutscene. And then back to punching ghosts. Let me think. Yeah, so build-wise, I think we're just going to invest pure into crit and just go full crit hammer, man. If loot dropping is your level, it might be okay. Yeah, I can't imagine it wouldn't be. Also, if you're playing online, or if you're playing offline, you can at least do some funky stuff and, like, hacks things. Hello, you die. Whisper of Wait. Anamaterasu. It's supposed to be Amaterasu. Oh, boy. So you're getting stuff that actually has some dodge on it. Well, I mean, this is way too early to tell if I'm going to get dodge stuff. Unless you're talking about, Firkenstein. Sound effects. Donk, 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 donk. It sounds like it's just baseball noises. That's weird. I wonder if you actually have to do a certain amount of damage to him. Oh, well. Anyway. Boop. Boop. Yeah, it's frying pan noises. That's what it is. Silly tutorial. Okay, so I've got the hammer smash. The one problem I know I've run into with melee combat in this game is I actually have trouble hitting things. Like, I have to use shift occasionally to actually hit stuff up close. Which is a weird... He's gone. Alright, I'll be happy. I will be happy with what I got. Come back. I wish to hammer you. Hey, thank you, Tomicon, for the 17-month resub. 17 months. Nice. Yeah, nice. God damn it. Little dudes. I think I'm gonna go two-hander. We're just gonna go for maximum sweepage. Big weapon, big swings. Maybe get a little bit in attack speed just so I can swing fast, but that's about it. Oh. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if Shell's actually getting back, she might be interested in playing this with me. Now that online seems to be perfectly functional. I'd be okay with that. We might have to take another... Well, actually, she's absolutely going to interrupt here, but that's okay. I mean, I've been streaming for, what, 4 hours? 4 hours. Then we'd have to turn the dialogue back on. I'd probably join her after the initial cutscene so we don't have to see it again, but after that, all dialogue will have to get turned on just so she can listen. Well, ish? Eh. Definitely gonna have to see what she's up to, though. Oh, right. It's hammer time. I love the fact that there's a dodge button built into this game. Whoops. Ow. Whoa. Hi. Oh, I'm still poisoned. That's why. Boop. And how these people get past this sphere? There's only one way through here, and there's a ton of defenseless people. Maybe they've just been waiting a long time, and the sphere weren't here until recently. But then again, wait, hold up. Where are these people coming from? That whole place was just this, like, sunken cave wreck. Boy, these guys are utter garbage at combat. Yeah, poison be hurty. It's really tempting to do an ailment-style build in this game. I just don't know how well it would work. Maybe with the poison aura. Alright. Gotta talk to Val. Schmerg. Alright, so we've leveled up. And unlike last time, I am going to be an absolute hack the other direction. Ooh, I should probably look at talent trees. Because I'm gonna need to change my build entirely. Last time I played this, I was going for... Ooh, well, there's crit chance score, so that's a good sign. Let's see. Resistances. So that's all blocking. We probably want to get access to this. For the global life leech. That sounds good. And that gives me access... Oh, wait, no. Attack speed's over there. This would get access to the projectiles. I don't really know if I'm gonna mess with those too much. Maybe we might want to... What is this? Oh, this is ailment stacks. Not as much crossover for melee. I'll have to figure out some other more interesting skill trees. That's block chance. That's that. Okay, let's take a look at these outer things. Bonus depending on what chest you have equipped. Well, stationary. Fortress. So that's tank spec. What about Dangbitch? Willpower generators transferred to rage. Willpower regeneration is applied to rage instead. Probably not. This one would be okay. Oh, you know what? It would be. Yeah, so let's move this around real quick. I guess I haven't looked at this yet. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit before Shell joins, but that's kind of understandable. So we're just going to go, let's see. We're just going to go straight down pure raw damage and lifesteal with heavy crit. That should be okay. Big hammers. That's going to be my goal. This is not a big hammer. You lie! Let's see. I really want to do a heavy bounce staff build at some point, though. Just for extra oomph. Let's see, this stuff is worth bupkis. I guess we'll just dual sword for the time being, sell the shield. I gotta say, dual wielding looks pretty cool in this game. Alright, so what she got for me? Wings of Ishmir? Wings of Ishmir. I'm gonna go melee. I'm gonna go melee. Then onwards. Okay. Shut up. Shut up and talk to me. I am the main character. I am the important one. What? Snibbit. I'm gonna make a lifesteal D&D character. I actually don't think that's super possible, unfortunately. Yeah, like, you can kind of go vampire, but I really honestly have not seen a whole lot of lifestealing as a possibility in D&D. They don't generally make it happen. There's, like, temp HP that you can kind of work with, but that's about it. Ugh. Getting a lot more emails lately from scam software companies, and it's getting really annoying. Because obviously I'm not going to respond to them, but it's like, I usually get kind of excited whenever I get an email, because it's like, oh man, what cool game have I got now? Because, you know, oftentimes I'm just being sent cool games along the way. And it's a little disheartening whenever I get an email from, like, a developer, or not a developer, from, like, a software company being like, advertise our software, I will pay you, and I'm like, okay, this is probably a scam, because one of the things is they never, ever actually have, like, an official company name as part of their email address. It's always like, so-and-so at gmail.com, which is like, you know, most people use that, but that's not exactly professional. It's like if I got an email from Microsoft being like, hey, can you advertise the new Game Pass? I'd be like, yeah, okay, I can potentially make that work. But, you know, with these companies, it's like, they don't give screenshots, they don't say what the program is apart from, like, advertise our video editing software, and I'm like, maybe, but, like, you gotta tell me what it is first. I'm not gonna just say, like, yes or no until I know more, and it's not even gonna matter. The worst ones, oh man, there's one specific scam recently that I think sent me a solid, like, 20-30 emails that were effectively just like, please advertise our program to increase FPS on your, like, for gameplay and whatnot. And it's just like, This is false. This does not exist. And then they send, like, 5 different emails from a bunch of different email addresses because they're trying to probably... Well, they're probably getting blocked for spam and who knows what else along the way. And it's just like, eh. I will admit, this is definitely harder in Melee right now. But I think that's because Melee is a little bit more gear-focused than spells are, but that's okay. Programs exist, but they don't work. I mean, in this case, those programs exist, and they steal your credit card information. Okay. So back to investing in that. I should probably invest a little bit into other stats, but, like, you can't. You gotta one-trick pony, man. It's like a rule. Okay, switch direction do I want to do? Ooh, cooldown reduction for all skills is pretty damn good. But I don't need that. It's really interesting playing this game. Usually melee builds are, like, immediately the strongest in any game I ever play. Huh. Oh, it's because I'm playing online. I'm sure their servers are probably still having issues, despite everything. I was like, it's choppier. There's a scam going around stealing people's channels. Yeah, I've heard. The weird part is, like, I know at least with a number of people, they specifically had, like, their full account hacked and removed from, like, they'd have their YouTube channel removed from their Google accounts, which I didn't even realize was super possible. I certainly don't know how to do it. So, like, it sounds like, I don't know. Sounds like YouTube needs to not update its security anymore, but give us some more security options. Like, I might actually ask my YouTube manager about this and be like, is there some sort of, like, super security thing that I can get where I straight up can't, like, modify my channel in any kind of drastic sense without consulting with, well, I mean, I guess either my YouTube manager or my network manager or something like that. YouTube needs to do a lot of things. It's weird, too, because, like, half the time, it seems like they're just not ready for whatever is going on. Half the time, they actually are, like, on top of things. You know, everybody was super doom and gloom about, oh, what was it? Kappa. But, like, despite everything, they managed to set up whatever system they have for Kappa rather quickly. Ow, poison. Poison hurts. And despite what all of the weird naysayers said, it hasn't been the death of YouTube, or even YouTube channels for, I think, a lot of people. The Google 2 level security. Oh, two-factor. As a massive flaw in it, to disable it, you don't actually need to do two-factor. That's weird. Damn. Homeboy's frosting me. I don't like that. Okay, so what is my crit chance? 20%. It's okay. Let's see. Keep going this direction? Yeah. Might still be worth investing a little bit for attack speed, but I'm fine with not for now. Let's see. To be honest, you're a little surprised how little you've heard. I don't know. Ah, there's the Warhammer. Hell yeah. That's a big hammer. I think I might still go Great Sword. It seems to have better sweeping attacks. Great Hammer seems to specifically focus fire one thing at a time. I wonder if there's a build that increases your AoE size. I do not know. You know what I want to play someday? Game that plays like Vermintide, but has like a loot and progression system closer to loot and progression system much closer to a Diablo-like. I don't think I can think of anything off the top of my head that really qualifies up in that. Because I really liked Vermintide's gameplay. I thought it was really fun. And, like, every once in a while I get the itch to play that game again. And then I realized, like, I don't have anybody to play with. It's also kind of one of those where, like, progression in the game was just kind of merciless. It was like, you have to do all these, like, extra steps to actually get anything or get anywhere. And that was a bit of a chore or bore. But at the same time, I loved... I don't know, I guess I just want to have, like, a much more up-close feeling. So, like, Melee Borderlands. Kind of, yeah. Borderlands was very much about the, like, looter-shooter kind of thing. With a lot of side quests and a lot of, like, goofs. I don't even know how to describe the difference here for me in my head. I guess, honestly, yeah, Melee Borderlands is kind of close. Wings of Ishmir needs it. Whoa! I thought I still had Force Shield. I did! He was hitting me from behind. Or it was just the fact that he's fire imbued. One way or another, these suckers are... Oh, it's the fire imbued specifically that's actually getting me so much. Sucker hurts, though. See, these guys ain't so bad. Burn without a talent from the Warlock tree. So burn damage over time effects. Bypass. Force shield. Ouchies. Please cease your incessant fleeing. I wish to bonk you. Thank you. Consider yourself bonked. There's not a whole lot up here, is there? Dang. I thought I'd find something cool out here. I've never gone this direction before, so I was just like, oh, maybe. The answer is no. Do I pick up the trash? Yeah, actually, let's pick up these spalders. I don't have any. And while they're probably hot garbage, it's still a good idea to have some spalders than no spalders. What? Where did you come from? Well, they're gone. Oh, all damage over time bypasses unless you have a specific talent. Good to know. Anyway, so... Right, talking about, like, Vermintide versus Diablo-likes and stuff. I think a lot of this actually comes from the game I was playing before this, Zombie Army 4. Really liked that game. It's charming, there's a lot of teamwork, and there's kind of this feeling of, like, you're up in there, that I don't really get from Diablo-likes anymore. It's kind of fun to just, like, you know, hammer time your way through everything. But it's very much one of those where it's like, it's kind of impersonal. And I'm curious how, like, a well-crafted, up-close and personal, Diablo-like would work. If done well. I think it's really that caveat of the if done well. I'm just surprised I haven't really seen... I can't, like, immediately name any games off the top of my head that would qualify. Okay. So we leveled up. No, can't get it quite yet. VR Diablo would be great if they had better movement tech. I think it could be done well. My one problem with VR is I get kind of motion sick. And maybe at some point I'll pick up, maybe at some point I will pick up one of the what am I thinking? At some point I'll pick up, like, the Valve Index. But I think Valve Index is still super sold out, which is a bit of a shame. But, like, I've got an Oculus Rift S, and I like it, but it makes me feel very motion sick playing it. And that's a bit of an issue. Drink potion? Damn! Status effects are brutal. How you actually get access to more revive tokens, seeing as I'm burning through them. Well, whatever. If I actually die, it's not the end of the world either. A new VR Walking Dead game seems really good. I heard that. They contacted me. Oh my god, I can't move. Freaking beta screechers, man. Mean suckers. At least these ones aren't champions. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, what happens if you run out of tokens? I'm assuming you just die. But I haven't actually experienced it in a way to really check. It seems to reset every once in a while. You die and you get 3 more. Okay. Wow, that's actually kind of friendly, all things considered. But yeah, I don't know. At some point, I think VR will truly be, like, well-made for almost everybody. I heard it was, like, considerably worse back in the day. What, 6, 7 years ago? 8 years ago? I had a number of friends that bought... whoa, Jesus! Rendenbude hurts. Well, that's official dead. Let's see. Return to town. Investing in Constitution 2. Nah, I'm just under-geared more than anything else. Let's see. Could get a Tabar. Probably help. How much is it? 539. Yeah, let's get the Tabar. Because, yeah, the problem is I barely have any equipment. And it seems like if you're going melee, you really need, like, good equipment, not just whatever equipment. Okay, so we can just sell that. Now, she does sell skills, but they're too expensive for me, so I'm not even going to bother. Let's see. I'll back out to the farmlands. Man. It's, a little bit more challenging than I was expecting it would be. Usually I start ranged, then go melee. Well, I immediately do a lot more damage, so this is a good sign. And I got a backup staff if this absolutely doesn't work. Plus, I've got consuming embers around. It might honestly be a good idea to equip, like, one skill from an alternate build. Just as a, like, hey, maybe if I want to switch to mage, I'm not going to be, like, absolutely donked for it. Reduces cooldown. Yeah, reduce cooldown. I want to use it a little bit more often. Reduces rage cost, increases crit chance. What's the current crit chance? 32%. That's okay. That's better. It's giving me nothing but mage NRX. I'm really curious. If I play this multiplayer, I wonder how loot is assigned. If it's shared loot, competitive loot, or instance loot. I certainly hope for instance loot whenever I play games like this, just because that's generally the friendliest option. Okay, so it looks like dungeons do not... dungeons do not respawn loot. The enemies have respawned, but not the loot. Okay, in that case... really gotta get this thing a better AoE. God, get freaking rats. There we go. Everyone gets their own loot. Cool. Because I'm thinking it would actually be pretty sweet having another person getting their own loot, because then we could actually share NRX that we don't, you know, that the other doesn't have. Let's see. Yeah, I want to grab that. Gotta max the health. Ooh, I don't think I've been up here. This has got a mid-boss. Queen Amidala. Well, that was fast. Now, does she have a treasure chest, or... oh, you can't share loot? Oh, right. Is there no trading in this game? Oh, there is trading. Okay. What game was I playing where there was just no trading? Destiny, I don't think there's trading at all, which is weird. I guess it works, honestly. I'm just gonna sit here swinging. Okay, where is this? There it is. Anyone else having trouble connecting to the servers? This would not surprise me. They rolled out a couple of new patches to fix the servers. Let's see. So, the servers are there and functional. Like, you can get online now sometimes, but it seems to be, it seems to still be having some hiccups. Ragdolling is nice. I love the physics. It's super fun. I almost wish there was a perk or an item that just had, like, triple physics. Just, you hit something and it goes flying harder. Because that would be a thing of beauty. Wow, I'm zippy. I've been picking up movement speed left and right. But yeah, my assumption is servers will probably be good within like 2 to 3 days. Today they seem to be functional but hitchy, which is nice. Let's see, do bows require ammo? No, they do not. So you do not need to worry about providing more ammunition. Not done yet. Chill out. Okay. Extra spell damage, extra attack damage. Dang. There we go. That's a better belt than I was rolling with. It's a better gauntlet than I had on. Alright. Build is almost done. There we go. Man, I was assuming there's a thing that says for my Wings of Ishmir, it's supposed to reduce the cooldown based on the enemies it hits. I assume it only reduces the cooldown by a smidge. And only by a smidge, but that's okay. Alright. Is this progress? No, this is something else. Man, this first zone is actually a fair bit bigger than I gave it credit for. Part of it is not being able to see the map probably is what makes it feel smaller, because you just kind of ignore it. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything good around here. Hello. Please die, thank you. Nice hammers. I got a bigger one. I think those guys would almost be the most dangerous thing, but no, it's the freaking screechers. The guys that are just like, eh. Those are the ones you gotta be worried about. Okay. They're also giving me a lot of these little caves. It's like they know I'm just killing time until Shell's ready to play. Oof. I think I just heard her go brant. Which, to be fair, she has been out all day, so I can't expect too much from her. But it's also one of those where, wow, he just... Bye! Oh, my jump attack doesn't break boxes and stuff. Let's see, our items, level locked. I haven't seen level requirements in an item. Oh, required level 1. Yeah. So my assumption is most pieces of equipment just have such forgiving level requirements that as long as you're not trying to pass items on to, like, a lower level character, you're never gonna have to worry about the level requirements. I think that's probably a good way of doing it. What game was it? I remember one game playing a game once and it had just like the worst level requirements. It's like, here's a new gun, you can't use it. By the time like you could finally use it, you'd find something better that's just like a couple levels higher and you're like, ugh. Personally, I feel like they should just have it that if you don't meet the level requirement, it just scales the piece of gear down. So it's kind of like the World of Warcraft heirloom gear system. I found heirloom gear to be one of the most compelling parts of that game, just because it's like, hey, I can do a little bit of work, but then all of my alts will just be, like, better. Yes, I like this. Okay. So I'm digging the hammer. I think I've so far enjoyed ranged combat more in this game. We'll have to see how it goes. I think I'll still stick with crit, even if I were to switch build. I'll see if I can go for a build that is type agnostic, so I can switch. That was Phantom Blades. I think somebody mentioned Phantom Blades earlier, or Phantom Blades is the one that I... Oh, no. I know Phantom Blades. I like Phantom Blades. I think it can only be used with daggers, bows, and pistols, though, which sucks. Because I like Phantom Blades. I mean, I guess I could go, like, dual dagger or something, but... bleh. I really wish the quest rewards wouldn't just sit right here. Let's see. So 10% move speed, or... I just gotta go fast. If I'm gonna be a melee guy, I gotta get up close. Affinity Blades is the magic one. Gotcha. I'm on fire! Please go away, beetles. Okay, this should be much smoother this time around. How many beetles must have... Oh, it's one of the infinite spawners. Hello, beetle spawner. And it's gone. I guess I could have actually just infinifought them. Coulda. You know what would have been hella sick with this game? If every skill came with its own, like, mini skill tree. See you later, ghosts. I don't feel like fighting you today. You spawn too slow. More into ferocity. Oh shit, the ghost had found me. I'm not afraid of no geese. Okay, do we want to... Yeah, let's keep going for the life leech. That seems like the easiest route to survivability. Max damage, life leech, just vamp my way to victory. Do that with our D&D. Special character, unique item, getting better. I really like my, my upgrade orb system. I feel like that's a really good way of handling kind of leveling equipment where I don't have to codify it as anything. It's just like, hey, by the way, here's an item that'll upgrade any of your items. What do you use it on? And people are like, I don't know. Let's see. I'm pretty sure Slayer's Flurry, yeah, is only usable with daggers. Sucks, because actually Slayer's Flurry would be a pretty dang good item for this. I could go for a dagger build, but Round 2, jerks. I brought a bigger hammer. By a bigger hammer, I meant I'm using... Oh. I think these guys are the ones that killed me. Yep, Rendon, Butte, and Tuft. And they ain't shit. Let's see, this looks like a Path of Exile clone. I mean, yeah, but the reality is they're all Diablo clones. I think even Diablo clones are clones of another type of game. Maybe? Isn't there like Hex or something? I don't know, I'm gonna offend somebody here with this one. Let's see, what build am I rolling? Maximum Ferocity. Only the best meme builds. Which is all in on one thing. Never, ever change. All games are clones of Pong. All games are clones of Game & Watch. Prove me wrong. Hex is more like Doom stuff. Oh, okay. Maybe it was something else. Hexen? No, Hexen was Doom stuff. Hex was something else, maybe? Is this similar to Titan Quest or PoE? I'd say it's closer to PoE. Titan Quest is more about, like, the class you pick and the combinations that you get therein. This is more about, like, kind of customize your own class using a bunch of abilities and equipment. It's a little more restrictive than I think I was hoping it would be. As there's a number of, like, really neat items that are locked off depending on what item you have equipped, but otherwise, like, it's still very much, like, in the exact same vein as both. A little bit more story-focused than PoE is. I like Path of Exile, but the story is definitely one of those where I just get super slack-jawed whenever I start, like, trying to experience it. I'm just like, there's so much, and I don't know any of you guys. I don't know what's going on. I think it's because it starts heavy with backstory more than anything else. I'm always trying to decide, like, where am I in the Path of Exile story? Is this, like, the far future from all this lore? I've said this before in some other things. Instead of trying to hit these guys directly, I'm just exploding them. Seems to work better. Let's see. Yeah, the new one's better. I think. Is it? There we go. And most of the lore in Path of Exile is the previous events being told. And I think that sort of thing can work actually quite well. I think it just... the way it's presented in Path of Exile, you more or less just are like, none of this matters. And you're just kind of running past things. But unless you're really committed to the specific gameplay of it, it's kind of easy to bounce off. Whereas, like, this game really does kind of just hit you in the face with the plot rather quickly, and while the plot itself is not, like, particularly important, grand scheme of things, it's definitely one of those where I'm just like, yeah, I'm pretty cool with what's going on here. I'm interested in seeing what happens to this guy. And, like, the villains are maybe not the most clearly defined, but like, you more or less know what the score is right from the get-go. Man, this chest was all golden, and it looked fancy, and then it was nothing. Let's go this way. I like Path of Exile for its combat. Yeah, and, I mean, I think that's always going to be true. The Path of Exile is probably just going to have the best combat of all Diablo likes. Though, obviously, there's still room for improvement. Like, I think I still stand by the fact that, like, having a dodge roll, for example, is actually kind of incredible, and all Diablo, like, should probably just add that. Or maybe, depending on what your gear is, you get a dodge roll, a teleport, or a block. Like, I don't know how many of you guys have seen Darksiders Genesis, but I rather liked that game. It looked like a Diablo clone, but it played like a spectacle fighter, kind of. And I remember specifically really enjoying the parry system in that game where, yeah, I was just doing counterattacks left and right. And it worked out shockingly well. So this is starting to go a little bit melee. There's still a fair bit of, like, casting speed and attack speed, score, and movement speed in here. Interesting. Attack damage. The more rage you have, the more damage you deal. Damage turns to Ren damage. Physical, toxic, and Ren damage is increased. You cannot do any other types of damage. So, physical, toxic, and Ren. I guess that makes sense. We're probably just going to go straight down the line for Feast of Crows, and then we'll figure it out. And then you hit Act 10 in Path of Exile and get minus 60% resistance. All your creativity goes out the window, so you're forced to get resist gear or die. Eee. I've never gotten there. I think I got to like Act 4 or 5 or something like that, and I was like, this is a neat game. It's just long. It's everyone's favorite Diablo clone. I think personally my favorite is Grim Dawn, just because like there's something about its environment that I'm immediately more attached to. It reminds me of Diablo 1 almost. Maybe it's smaller would be the best way to describe it. And it feels like every time you enter a new location, it is kind of something new. Maybe I'm just desensitized to, say, the caves in here. But, like, Torchlight 2 and Grim Dawn kind of do the same thing with smaller, more focused design. And I found both to actually be quite satisfying. I'm looking forward to Torchlight 3. I'm not actually in the alpha for it for whatever reason. I probably should see if I can get access. I really don't want to get an ARC account if I can avoid it. Last time I had an ARC account, it was like spyware, and I'm like, eh. I know everybody likes to be like, I don't like Epic Games, I don't want another installer. But for me, it's always the, like, MMOs that you have to sign up for a separate account. Those are the worst. Like, at least I can work with separate storefronts. If I only have to deal with, like, 2 or 3, it's the MMOs that get me. See, didn't they say it's coming to Steam? It would be foolish not to. I think MMOs can kind of stand on their own, but, like, for a lot of games, not coming to Steam is a downright death sentence. Just because people are so used to not looking anywhere else. It is interesting how reliant we are actually on Steam as a platform. For a lot of things, like, I was looking, I like to read marketing information and tips and whatnot. As technically, yes, I am marketing. For games and whatnot, and so one of the things for indie games is there's been kind of a, I don't want to say a movement, but a lot of people have been like, you know, Steam's not promoting games anymore, and the answer is it's not that they're not promoting games anymore. It's just there's a lot more games, as Steam has drastically reduced the limitations on publishing on the platform, which good and bad. Let's see. Let's go back. Got Steam back when it was a Valve game preface. Had to install it to play Half-Life 2. Yeah, I remember that. The orange box, and it's like, download Steam, and I'm like, what? Sure. It was ugly. Guess I should probably pay attention to boots and a couple of things as I go by, because some of these are probably better than what I got on. Like, these pants make me go fast. Let's see, Wisdom crit chance. Nah, both of those are kind of bad. Let's see, health resistances. Health resistances, attack speed score. Eh. Okay, could get an epaulet. Should probably buy a new move. Dang. So Avenger Auto Turret sounds really fun. Havoc Orb sounds really good if I want to go back to my multi-projectile build. Because this is just Fireball. What else do we have? There's Bleeding Edge, which is very good. I kind of want to try Wrath of Balfeth. That just sounds super good. Okay, Wings of Ishmir increases rage generation. I don't really care about these. Don't care about those. Don't care about Fireball. And Envel's Woe increases damage. Spawns a ghost ally that hits an enemy after they're hit by the skill. Interesting. I was thinking I want the AoE more than anything else. Okay. Hello, yes. I would like to hit somebody with my chains. Ooh. So, yeah, that's God of War. I think I might get rid of the hammer for those. They've got much better AoE. They've actually got some range to them. No, go back. Go back, you hack. There we go. And what do we get? Greatsword. Greatsword is... It's not really better. There we go. Oop. We actually have... We have a bonus area here. But first I must break boxes. So that's like the only source of just flat money here. Hello, yes. I brought you war. That's pretty good. That's got the coverage I'm looking for. If I can actually reduce the rage cost on the on those, that might be worth it. Okay. Hello, yes. Gaffalaffaraffle. You just got ward. So, Great Mace. Let's see. Life leech from attack damage. So it does have life leech. It's okay. This one does more damage, more rage conservation time, more crit damage, and extra physical and lightning. So the question is, do I really want 1% life leech, or I'll just live without? Let's go axe. Blade Storm. Works for me. Okay, this is a cool looking axe. It's very blue. Oh. So I think Bladestorm's good. I want to say... God of War is slightly better? I think Bladestorm is cheaper, is more expensive for less damage, but has better AoE. Okay, move speed, attack speed, spellcasting score? Yeah. Gotta go fast. I wonder if I can actually... how much movement speed I could stack on. I'm just gonna be here swinging, and if you get hit, that's your fault. Okay, it's a fancy staff. It required level 9, actually. So it really does not seem like you can twink out a character in this game. It just does not. Let's see. It does not care. It does not want you to. I mean, luckily the game's generally easy enough, so twinking out would be kind of pointless. The one thing I might say on this is it might be a good idea to equip a catalyst just so I can actually cycle between special attacks and magic. So the less auto attacks I have to do, the better, maybe. Maybe not. I just know I'm spoiled whenever I go mage build because I can more or less just be like, spells, skills, spell skills, spell skills. Just kind of rinse repeat. Okay. Guess I should probably actually level these things up. Okay, so increase attack speed, rage generated when killing an enemy. That could potentially mean we can just do it endlessly? Okay, not quite. That certainly reduces the cost, though. Yep. Bango. Excuse me, you. No bats. Yeah. Pretty good. What does Bladestorm have? Ailment chance, regeneration from enemies killed with his skill. Not amazing. Stupid Viper. Snake's just like, I'm gonna get him. Dies because I'm hitting a barrel. Whips. Excuse me, you. Cease. That is satisfying. It still doesn't generate enough mana to really pay for itself endlessly. But that's okay. How much would it cost to reset? Oh, I leveled up. Did I? Okay, there we go. Okay, so resetting actually would not cost me too much. It'd be premature to do so. I think when joining Shell, I'll probably... would I want to respec? Or would I want to actually just go for a mage character? Let's see. 1 second. She is saying something, but I should probably get past snakes. Eh. Let's just clear this corner out, and then hopefully nothing will come bite me while I'm just hanging out here. I guess I could actually just go back to town real quick. That is just super satisfying. And we get Anorex Anomaly. Ooh. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go back to town real quick here. We're gonna start actually storing some of these. Oh, what? You apparently have to unlock, You have to unlock stuff. Weird. I guess it makes sense.